You did it. You're here. We made it to the end. Oh my goodness. I'm so glad. I'm so pleased. I even put on today my grateful shirt because that's how I was feeling when I thought about each of you that's finished this, that has done all of these different videos, all these different handouts, maybe even read along in the book as well for all that extra information and extra examples. I literally, every time I think about it, I just can't help but smile because the more people that know this stuff, the safer you guys are going to be, the safer your peer group is going to be, and the better our planet, our entire Earth might be if everyone learns and knows this stuff the way you just have put in the time to really take that responsibility and empower yourself. So, to wrap up, we have a few last things to do. The first I encourage you to do is to come actually all the way back to the beginning and have another look at this consent readiness check-in. So you would have done this at the very beginning, and it just sort of asks you some of the different questions that we will have covered through this whole arc we just did, and just come back and have a look. Maybe compare and contrast with where you marked yourself off before. In retrospect, were you sort of as up on the scale as you thought you were when you started? Were you more up than you thought you were? How much higher are you now on some of these things? And if you do find there's anything on there that still feels like you want more learning about it, make a note on that question and log sheet and make sure you follow up with those last minute questions with sort of a trusted resource, a parent, teacher, even a helpline might have some answers to those questions. If you don't know who else to ask. And once you sort of have a sense of that, I've also created a little assessment at the end of this course I want you to do that gives you a chance to reflect in a few other ways around some of those questions, your areas of learning, and then a little bit you can tell me about of what was your favorite part, what was your sort of most impactful thing you learned. I'll have a few other questions on there that you can kind of let me know. I also have one last activity for you. In this section, you'll also find this handout called Wrapping Up. And what I want you to do on here is, while this stuff is all still fresh and new and sort of in your mind, I want you to write a letter to your future self. So this is actually an exercise we do a little bit in, I think it's the Resilience Workbook. I have that as an exercise. This one's very consent specific. I want you to write a letter to your future self about the most important stuff, about messages you just want to make sure you have, things around your mantras or things that you want to make sure that your future self knows and remembers always that really stood out to you from learning all this stuff. Maybe take a picture of it so you have it on your phone in case you sort of need to access it, or sort of have it in a place you can always come back to. So you'll always have that letter to yourself. So after you do the readiness checklist, after you do the wrapping up, and then the assessment on the course itself, if you do have any leftover questions still for me that we didn't cover in this course, that you haven't been able to find the answer to, or that you think that once you've thought of it and you think it should be sort of something everyone knows about it if you Googled it or found something else out, you can also send me a little note. So my email is Cheryl, Cheryl, M as in Michelle, and then Bradshaw, Bradshaw, @gmail.com. And if there are enough sort of questions that come in or new little tidbits people want me to add, I'm going to keep adding to this site, the one you're on right now, with little FAQ videos as things come in. So let's say I get 5 or 10 questions come in from people. I might put together another little video and it should send you an alert. So make sure you also sign up for my emails. I'll post a little link in this section too. So if there's a new email or a new video I post or any new information, it'll update you. You can come back to this very same portal and sign in and see what's new and things on there. So last but not least, my dogs are both at my feet right now. the last thing I wanted to share with each of you was that while this whole video process has been going on and my book is getting ready to come out in September of 2020, if it's not already past that right now, while you're watching this right now, is there has been another person in the room this whole time other than the dogs. And that's this little one right here. So this little one right here, I just wanted to share this with you because she's going to come into the world. And the fact that you guys have put in the time and have become safer, more empowered individuals, the world's going to be a little bit better for each new little person that comes along and joins the world with the work that you guys have put in. That I hope you tell your peers. I hope you tell your school. I hope you share this information around. And the more people that know about it, the better life will be. So thanks again so much. And I'm so glad we got to spend this time together. Take care.